Stop breaking your own heart trying to make a permanent home in a man who only sees you as a weekend vacation. If he wanted to, he would. It really is that simple, my dear. Sit down. Take a deep breath. We need to have a serious talk. I am 83 years old now, and looking out my living room window today, watching the wind rustle through the old oak trees, my mind started wandering to you. In my day, courtship was intentional. Now, I hear about you young girls swiping on these little glass screens, trying to find a soulmate in a sea of strangers. You analyze how long it took him to reply to a message, wondering if a 3-hour delay means he is losing interest. It exhausts me just hearing about it, my dear. I see so many young women today running themselves ragged, trying to decipher mixed signals, crying over unanswered messages, and questioning their own worth because of a man who does not know how to love them. It breaks my heart. It truly does. Because I have lived long enough to know that love, real love, is not supposed to leave you feeling exhausted. It is not supposed to be a puzzle that you have to solve every single day. You should never have to beg for a seat at a table where you belong. Today, I want to share with you what a man actually does when he truly loves a woman. Not what he says, my dear, but what he does. Words are incredibly cheap. Action is the only currency that matters in a relationship. Before we get to the signs, let me tell you a little story about my late husband, Arthur. We were married for 52 years before heaven called him home. I remember the winter of 1968. It was a bitter, freezing December. The frost on the windows was thick, and the wind howled like a wounded animal. I had caught a terrible case of pneumonia. I was bedridden, pale as a ghost, and completely devoid of the energy to even lift a spoon. Now Arthur was a rugged man, a mechanic by trade. His hands were always calloused and stained with engine oil. He was not a man of poetry or grand, sweeping declarations. But that winter, Arthur did not leave my side. He took weeks off work, risking his own job, to nurse me. I remember the smell of the chicken broth he spent all afternoon boiling, the quiet ticking of the grandfather clock in the hallway keeping time as he sat by my bedside. He would wake up at 3 in the morning to put damp cloths on my forehead. He brushed my tangled, unwashed hair with the gentleness of a mother holding a newborn. He did not complain once. He did not look at me with disgust, even though I felt entirely unlovable. That is when I learned the absolute truth about men. A man who truly loves you does not just love the polished, beautiful version of you that smiles on a sunny day. He loves the broken, sick, messy version of you in the dark. My dear friend Martha, God rest her soul, spent 22 years trying to build a home with a man who kept one foot out the door. She poured her youth, her beauty, and her brilliant mind into a bottomless pit of a man who only gave her just enough affection to keep her hoping. She told me on her deathbed that her greatest regret was not walking away the first time he showed her she was not a priority. Do not be Martha, my sweet girl. A man reveals his true heart not when things are easy, but when things are incredibly hard. Let me share with you the 12 things a man will only do for the woman he truly loves. Number 1. He listens to the silence between your words. A man who loves you pays attention. He does not just hear you when you are shouting, he hears you when you are quiet. He notices when your smile does not quite reach your eyes. He remembers that your favorite flower is not a rose, but a simple yellow daisy. He asks what is wrong, and he actually waits for the answer. Number 2. He becomes your safe haven, not the storm. Life is hard enough, my dear. The world outside your door is full of battles. When you come home to the man you love, it should be a sanctuary. A man who truly loves you will never deliberately cause you anxiety, fear, or confusion. He protects your peace of mind as fiercely as he protects his own. Number 3. He remembers the trivial things. He remembers how you take your coffee. He remembers that you hate the sound of styrofoam or that you love the smell of rain. He remembers the exact way you crinkle your nose when you laugh at a silly joke. He remembers these things not because he has a perfect memory, but because you are his absolute focus. Number 4. He celebrates your light. He never tries to dim it. An insecure man, a man who does not love you properly, will feel threatened by your success. But a man who truly loves you will be your loudest cheerleader in the room. He wants you to shine, my dear. Your victories are his victories. Number 5. He argues with respect. Oh, you will fight. Every couple fights. But a man who loves you will never use your vulnerabilities as a weapon during an argument. He will never call you names. He argues to find a solution, not to destroy your spirit. Number 6. He protects your name in rooms you have not even entered. If his friends or family speak ill of you, he shuts it down immediately. He will not let a single disrespectful word about you hang in the air uncontested, whether it comes from a stranger at a bar or his own mother at the dinner table. His loyalty is fierce and unwavering. You are his queen, and he guards your honor. Number 7. He plans a future that has you firmly planted in the center. A man who only likes you will talk about I and me. A man who loves you talks about we and us. He makes long-term plans because he cannot imagine a tomorrow without you in it. Number 8. He does things he hates, just to see you smile. Arthur detested the ballet. Absolutely hated it. But for my 40th birthday, he bought front row tickets and sat through the entire performance, holding my hand, simply because he knew it would bring me joy. That is love in action. Number 9. He takes absolute accountability when he is wrong. A man's ego is a fragile thing, but his love for you must be stronger than his pride. If he hurts you, he apologizes sincerely. He does not hit you with that modern nonsense of, I am sorry you feel that way. No, my dear. A real man says, I was wrong, I hurt you, and I will do better. And then he actually does better. Number 10. He touches your soul long before he touches your body. Physical intimacy is easy. Any man can desire your body. But a man who truly loves you wants to know your fears, your dreams, your childhood traumas, and your deepest hopes. He wants intimacy of the mind and spirit. Number 11. He supports your independence. He does not want to control you or put you in a cage. He knows you are a free bird, and he loves you for it. He trusts you implicitly, and he gives you the wings to fly, knowing you will always choose to fly back to him. Number 12. He chooses you every single day, especially on the hard days. Love is not a feeling, my dear. It is a choice, a daily commitment. When the excitement of the honeymoon phase fades into the quiet routine of everyday life, when the mortgage is due and the roof is leaking, he does not look for an escape hatch. He rolls up his sleeves, looks at you, and says, we will figure this out together. When you are old and wrinkled, when your health fades, he looks at you and makes the active choice to stay, to fight, and to love you unconditionally. I want you to let those words sink into your bones. Too many women are settling for breadcrumbs when they deserve an absolute feast. You might be watching this right now, thinking about a specific man. You might be wondering why he does not do these things for you. Let me tell you a hard truth, my sweet child. It is not because you are not worthy of these things. It is simply because he is not the right man to give them to you. A man's actions will always tell you everything you need to know about his heart. Do not make excuses for him. Oh, I know how you girls do it. You say he is just stressed at work, or he had a hard childhood, or he is just afraid of commitment. Stop it. Stop mothering grown men who refuse to grow up. You are a partner, not a rehabilitation center for emotionally unavailable men. Never lower your standards to keep a man who refuses to rise to them. It is far better to sleep alone in a peaceful bed than to share a mattress with someone who makes you feel lonely. You are a masterpiece. Do not let someone treat you like a rough draft. Take your power back today. Wipe those tears from your beautiful face. Stand up straight. Remember exactly who you are. You carry the silent, enduring strength of generations of women inside of you. You are deeply lovable, entirely worthy, and incredibly precious. You are the culmination of stars and stardust. You deserve a love that feels like poetry, not panic. So tonight, when you lay your head on your pillow, I want you to release the grip you have on that man who is making you cry. Let him go. Clear the space in your life so that the right man, the man God intended for you, can finally walk in. Do not ever let a confused man convince you that you are hard to love. The right man will look at you and wonder how he got so incredibly lucky. Until you find him, my dear, please promise me that you will fiercely, unapologetically, and completely love yourself. If my words resonated with your beautiful heart today, please leave a comment down below and tell me your story. I sit with my tea and I read every single one of them. Share this video with a sister, a daughter, or a friend who desperately needs to remember her worth today. And if you would like to sit and have tea with me again, click that subscribe button. I have so many more stories and lessons to share with you. God bless you, my dear.